random stuff from the 1990s, the 90s, just really random stuff. Wow. 1990, George Bush said New World Order. And then there was Nelson Mandela. Then there was Dolly the sheep. And then there was Bill Clinton, who said Monica Lewinsky. Michael Jordan, winning his 6th NBA title in 98. John F. Kennedy Jr. died in 99. I've dubbed the 90s the Clinton 90s. I turned 14 in 99. That was the end of it. We played Nintendo. I grew up in the ghetto. Became known as the ghetto, the ghetto Joe in high school in the early 2000s. I love a lot of things. Bikes and Full House, Star Trek, Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Princess Diana 97, Titanic, Never Let Go, by Joey Arnold. George Bush Sr., 1990, something about Poland, United States, invading Panama, bunch of random stuff. I didn't include any personal things about my life. That would be for another blog post. I just did a bunch of random stuff that I found from Wikipedia as a brief outline. Nelson Mandela coming out of jail. Something about the Lithuanian and the Soviet Union. Namibia. How do I say? An African country becomes independent. Back to the Future 3, I remember that. Seeing that in theaters. Ghost Dad, I remember that. Rose and Barr singing the Star Spangled Banner really badly, I guess. Maybe on purpose. Soviet Union dissolving, that's the USSR becoming Russia as we know it today. Or so they say. 91, the UN votes to condemn Israel's treatment of Palestine. There's the Gulf War, Operation Desert Storm. Capcom releases Street Fighter 2. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. I remember seeing that eventually. I don't know if I saw it in the theater, in the cinema. I don't remember that, but I did see it on video when it came out eventually. Sega releases Sonic the Hedgehog. And I remember that our neighbor, not Kyle, but I was like, oh, man, Jesse, across the street, he had it, and we played it there at his house when it came out. There was some kind of, apparently there was a software bug going around in the telephone system. I don't know anything about that. The rise of the World Wide Web in 91 in August. Not to say that there wasn't any kind of internet before that. There was internet before that in some ways, but not in other ways. And so this was a big launch into the internet that we know today. For the most part, started in 91 because of this and because of Tim Berners-Lee, apparently. That guy, mostly that guy. I don't know. I don't know the exact details. Nickelodeon introduces its Nicktoons. I remember watching Doug. I remember especially watching Rugrats at Tiffany's house. Eventually, like '94 or something. Early on, I thought it was a interesting, funny cartoon. Surprising to see babies talk in Rugrats. Hook premiered. That has the adult Peter Pan, played by Robin Williams. I enjoyed watching that. In 1992, the president, George Bush, met with the president of Russia. And there was a movie I remember watching this movie. It's a big movie to me. Rockadoodle. It's a cartoon of a rooster singing he's like imitating Elvis. And after I saw the movie, we came home and I was singing and dancing, and then my dad's like, "Settle down," and because it was already late, like 8 p.m., which was late for me as a 7-year-old. Then we saw Disney's Newsies, and I came home, we were coming home, and I was singing it while we were walking to the bus stop, singing the songs of the Disney Newsies in 92. And Sister Act 1 with Whoopi Goldberg. I may have some memories of that one or the second one. Not sure which one I was seeing because they're really similar. I remember Revenge of the Nerds movies and Police Academy, and they were fun. Honey, I Blew Up the Kids, and Honey, I Shrunk the Baby, Shrunk the Kids too. That was the first one. This would be the sequel. Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. I remember seeing that one too. Three Ninjas is another movie. Home Alone 2, we saw that as a family for Thanksgiving. And then we were going to California in December of 92, around this time. And in 93, Homeward Bound is all about these dogs and cats running around and trying to come home. And one of the voices was Michael J. Fox. He played one of the animals, the dog, like a dog or a cat. I don't remember. I should remember. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. I remember that. Jurassic Park. I remember. A lot of member berries. In 93, Free Willy. I enjoyed that. Then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 came out on VHS the summer of 93, and I was lost at Hag Lake and ended up at some random people's house, and they had it on the TV, and I was dancing along to the beginning part where the turtles are all doing their moves. Hocus Pocus, I remember that the one's kind of scary, kind of interesting. Aladdin, that was big. Addams Family, yeah. Mrs. Doubtfire, Cliffhanger. In 94, what do we got? AOL was coming out. China gets internet. Apple releases the Power Macintosh. Red Cross talks about something about Rwanda. Aladdin 2. Michael Jackson marries the daughter of Elvis Presley. Flintstones. Lion King. O.J. Simpson. Oh, North Korean President Kim Il-sung dies, and everybody cries, "Ah!" Little Rascals. Woodstock 94. IBM Simon smartphones. So they had smartphones back then. NASA loses a radio. Radio contact. Oh, radio contact. What else? Santa Claus. Starring Tim Allen. Star Trek Generations. That was big for me because I love Picard. You know? Sony PlayStation receivers. 95. The WTO. The Mask, starring Jim Carrey. Alrighty then. Billy Madison. Brady Bunch. Goofy movie. Something to do with the internet. Pocahontas, Batman Forever, Apollo 13, Indian in the Cupboard, Windows 95, Sony PlayStation, O.J. Simpson found not guilty, Babe, the Talking Pig, Mortal Kombat, finish him. The Amazing Panda Adventure. Power Rangers the movie. Jumanji. 1996. Michael Jackson divorces or files to divorce Lisa Presley. I started making movies with family and friends. Early 96. Waterworld. Muppet Treasure Island. Homeward Bound 2. James and the Giant Peach. Bob Dole with Dolly. Osama Bin Laden. Fairy Brady sequel, which is all about the Brady Bunch. Fox Food. Did I say Fox Food? Fox News started in 96. Space Jam starring Michael Jordan. Star Wars 4 New Hope, the special edition. That's the thing that introduced me to Star Wars. I didn't really know a lot about it before 97. I only saw bits and pieces before 97. And then I went and I saw this movie for the first time all the way through and became a fan. And then I had to see the next one. And so in February of 97, the next one came out, Empire Strikes Back. And I'm like, wow, I got to go see the third one. And so in March of 97, Return of the Jedi came to the big screen. And I saw that too. And then I saw Turbo that same month. The sequel to the Power Rangers movie, Fifth Element, came out in May. And IBM had this supercomputer thing that defeats Gary Kasparov in a computer, in a game, a chess game. That was a pretty big deal that a computer could beat a person. Jurassic Park, Batman and Robin, Doors of the Jungle, Spawn, which is like a dark version of Batman. Princess Diana died in August 31st, 1998. The Drudge Report. Monica Lewinsky. Titanic. Gross $1 billion. The Truman Show, starring Jim Carrey. I enjoyed it a lot. Armageddon. It's another big one. First Google Doodle in August 30 of 98. Ants, Prince of Egypt. 1999. Mars Polar Lander is launched. Bill Gates becomes really, really wealthy. maybe the most wealthiest that we know of. That we know of. George Lucas comes out with his new movie, The Phantom Menace. Star Wars, The Phantom Menace. Wild Wild West starring Will Smith. I enjoyed it. I did like it. It's a little silly, but it was interesting. Inspector Gadget. The Sixth Sense. Sega comes out with the Dreamcast, and I enjoyed that. It's kind of cool. The Omega Code, I saw that. Dogma, that's pretty wild. Bicentennial Man, and that's it for the outline. My outline of the 90s as far as like random events goes. That's the outline. I would like to go back and do more in depth of like movies I saw, video games I played, shows, and other things from a personal perspective. But this was more of an overview from this like general events and stuff. Just a general look at just random things. That's why I call it random, because I'm not really necessarily saying I'm outlining everything. I'm probably missing a lot of stuff, but this is just what I got for now for the 90s, the 1990s. I'm very biased because I grew up in it, born in 85, so this was my first full decade that I lived through